All right, new details are emerging about a Central Florida man accused of sparking one of the worst wildfires in California history, including a threat to burn down his family's home in West Melbourne.
A federal judge ruled 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht will remain in federal custody pending his trial. WESH 2 investigative reporter Justin Shecker was in the courtroom for this morning's detention hearing. He's live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Orlando. So, Justin, there's a lot to unpack here from that 90-minute hearing.
That's right. One of the big headlines from this morning's hearing is that the DOJ attorneys say because of the aggravating circumstances, including the widespread destruction and the loss of life during the Palisades fire, Jonathan Rinderknecht could potentially face the death penalty. The judge ruled there were no reasonable conditions for his release and he'll remain in the custody of U.S. Marshals. Accused arsonist 29-year-old Jonathan Rinderknecht appeared Thursday morning in an Orlando federal courtroom. He sat next to his court-appointed federal defender for his detention hearing. At times during the 90-minute hearing, he could be seen shaking his head while the U.S. Department of Justice attorneys laid out their case for why he should remain in federal custody. The complaint unsealed Wednesday charges him with intentionally igniting a brush fire after midnight on New Year's Day that, because of heavy winds, intensified into the Palisades fire on January 7th. A dozen people were killed. The flames destroyed more than 6,800 homes and businesses, and it took firefighters 24 days to get the fire under control. The DOJ called ATF Special Agent Thomas Harrison to the stand. We learned from his testimony, Rinderknecht was living with his sister, brother-in-law, and their 2 children in West Melbourne. But recently, prosecutors say he was living alone in the house after the family moved out over growing concerns about his declining mental health. Harrison testified that West Melbourne police were called to the home twice in September, but they did not make an arrest. On September 19th, Harrison says officer body camera video showed family reporting that Rinderknecht threatened to burn the house down. Then on September 25th, officers got a call from his father, who was visiting from France. He reported he was concerned his son had a gun and made statements about shooting his brother-in-law in self-defense. While Rinderknecht told investigators his gun was in a secure safe, Harrison testified they found it in a stuffed animal in the garage. Harrison also revealed law enforcement lured him to the traffic stop on Tuesday when police and the ATF arrested him. His federal defender Aziza Hawthorne argued he was not a flight risk, and she pointed out he had no criminal history. But Judge Nathan Hill sided with the U.S. government and ordered that Rinderknecht remain in federal custody. His 2 sisters and brother were in the courtroom. They had no comment for reporters as they left the courthouse. And his 2 sisters were very emotional after the hearing. They could be seen crying inside the courthouse. The DOJ also presented evidence that extensive testing proved a cigarette butt did not spark that initial brush fire that eventually became the Palisades fire. Investigators say the suspect took a video showing a barbecue-style lighter on New Year's Eve that they later found during a search of his car on January 24th. Rinderknecht is due back here in the federal courthouse in downtown Orlando next week, but eventually the DOJ will prosecute him in California. Covering Orange County Live in downtown Orlando, I'm Justin Shecker, WESH 2 News.